The combat trial was simple. Land a hit. Hiroto didn't even raise his guard as his opponent charged, but just before impact, Hiroto's body moved without him. A flawless sidestep, blade already slicing upward. The counter struck with a sharp crack. His opponent flew backward and didn't get up. Silence. The training yard froze. Instructors exchanged uncertain glances. Cadets whispered behind cupped hands. Hiroto blinked, dazed. He had no memory of the fight, only a strange buzzing in his head. Minutes later, Commander Haruka slapped a navigation chart onto his desk. A blank answer sheet lay beside it.
Cadet Hiroto, you can't even name the Gulf of Corsairs. Your scores are a disgrace. Explain.
How could he know this? He couldn't stay awake long enough to study a single page.
They call him sleeping failure, but his counter. No one does that half asleep.
She watched him slouch out of the classroom. The sleeping failure, they called him. But she wasn't so sure anymore. That night, Hiroto collapsed onto his dormitory cot, still wearing the stained academy uniform. Sleep claimed him fast. But behind his eyelids, an indigo tear opened, swallowing him whole.
Finally. This world is the only place I feel truly awake.
A skeletal pirate lunged from the shadows, cutlass raised. Hiroto slid into a combat stance he never practiced awake. His sword moved like an extension of his thoughts, shattering the skeleton's skull in one clean arc.
Strength +2, agility +1. These numbers, they stay with me even after I wake.
He delved deeper. A kraken-like beast awaited in a flooded hall, tentacles writhing in the dark water.
Every night, I push further, and every night, my body keeps the change.
Dawn broke. Hiroto jolted awake, drenched in cold sweat, but his muscles hummed with fresh power.
I am still the sleeping failure in their eyes, but in here, I am something else, and no one can know.
Days became a blur of chalk dust and ridicule. Hiroto slept through every lecture, his desk a familiar pillow.
Another 0, Cadet Hiroto. Your practical skills are a fluke. No theory, no future.
But in the yard, when Hiroto dozed again, his blade still found its mark, a whirlwind of effortless counters.
His movements don't match his grades. There's a secret behind those half-lidded eyes. Hiroto, spar with me. No excuses. I want to see your real skill.
She's dangerous. If she pushes me, it might happen. The sleep fighting, I can't let her see.
They clashed. Hiroto blocked weakly at first. Then his eyelids drooped, and his eyelids drooped, and his body unleashed a violent riposte.
You weren't even awake. How did you do that? Explain yourself, Hiroto.
It was luck. I am just tired. Leave me alone.
He's hiding something. And I'll find out, even if I have to watch him sleep.
The corridors were silent. In the darkness, Nanami slipped Hiroto's lock with a steady hand and stepped inside. On the cot, Hiroto slept, but his body wasn't still. It twitched, his hand forming a blade. She moved closer, and his eyes snapped open, glowing blue, unseeing. His arm swung like a drawn sword.
Ugh, Hiroto, stop, it's me.
The glow faded. Hiroto gasped, clutching his head, as if surfacing from deep water.
You just attacked me in your sleep. What is going on? No more lies.
She's seen too much. If I deny it now, she'll just keep digging. Fine. But you have to swear, no one else can know, Nanami. Not even the instructors.
She nodded, and Hiroto spoke of a dungeon that appeared every night, where monsters were real, and every victory left him stronger.
A dream that levels you up? That's impossible. Prove it.
Nanami stepped back, her skepticism wavering as the desk hung in the air with one hand.
Every night I fight skeletons, krakens, real monsters. These numbers don't fade when I wake.
Dreams don't leave marks. How can you be sure it's not just an illusion?
I've tested it. My body remembers sword forms. My muscles are harder. That desk isn't light.
He told her about the indigo portal, glowing runes, and creatures that fought with pirate cunning.
Then let me see it. Link your mind to mine as you fall asleep. Take me into the dungeon.
If I let her in, she'll see everything. The power, the danger, and maybe a way to stop me if I go too far. It's risky. I don't know what happens if someone else enters my dream.
I've already seen you sleep fight. I won't back down. Let's do it now.
One ally I can trust. That's more than I've ever had awake. Maybe this is a new kind of strength.
Hiroto's consciousness plunged through the portal, Nanami's mind a tethered star behind him. The indigo light swallowed them whole. She opened her eyes to a stone corridor lined with glowing runes, the air thick with the scent of old seawater.
This isn't a dream. The walls, the weight of my sword, it's too solid.
A skeletal cutlass rattled from the dark. Instinctively, they fell into formation, blades crossing like trained partners.
That one was nothing. Watch, strength and agility just climbed. The numbers stick after we wake.
He really levels up here. If this is real, then the dungeon must have an end and a purpose.
They pressed onward, clearing 2 more chambers with brutal efficiency. Nanami's strikes grew sharper, mirroring his rhythm.
She's learning fast, but I still haven't figured out why this dungeon exists, or how far it goes.
You've been doing this for months, alone. It's a miracle you are still sane.
I had no choice. But now we find out what's at the bottom, together.
The next floor was silent, the runes barely pulsing. A cold wind carried the scent of salt and decay. In a chamber of cracked pillars, they found him, a spectral figure in a cage of light, a cadet's uniform in tatters.
That uniform, the honor cords, he was the top cadet 3 years ago. Sato, I remember the photo.
Stay back. You don't want to end up like me. The dungeon isn't a gift. It's a trap.
Trapped. For years. This isn't just a dungeon. It's a prison. And I've been walking deeper into it every night.
A sea god built this place. It feeds on dream energy. Reach the final floor, and you become its anchor, forever.
Then we'll find another way. I won't leave anyone trapped here, especially not you.
She's right. We're going to the bottom, and we're breaking you out. All of you.
Sato's form flickered, a ghost nearly spent. His whispered warning clung to the cold air.
A sea god. How many cadets were expelled, but never left? I have to know the truth.
Hiroto stepped closer to the cage. Sato's ghostly eyes struggled to focus, then spoke with a hollow rasp.
I was like you. Every night, I climbed higher. When I hit floor 99, the dungeon showed its real face. A sea god rose from the deep, a living seal. It said my dream energy was the key to its freedom. It trapped me here, siphoning my stats. The expelled cadets, all of them are still asleep. Dream fuel for the sea.
How many? How many cadets are trapped in this nightmare?
Dozens. Every year, a few failing students disappeared. The academy never questioned it.
So the dungeon isn't a cheat. It's a recruitment trap. And I've been climbing toward an anchor chain for months. I am on floor 97. I've been 3 floors away from becoming its anchor, and I never even knew.
Then we stop climbing for power. We climb to shatter the seal. All of us are getting out, Hiroto.
She's right. But if I destroy the anchor, what happens to the dream power? Maybe I'll lose it forever.
Before Hiroto could answer, the chamber shuddered. A shadow swelled from the fissures, wearing a crown of coral and eyes of burning red.
The little anchor speaks. You are almost ready, Hiroto. Soon you'll join them, unless you choose differently.
We won't become your anchors. We'll destroy this dungeon and free everyone you've stolen.
Stubborn, like all of them. But I offer a bargain. Surrender your dream willingly, and I'll release the others.
It's offering a trade. My freedom for theirs. But if I take it, I become another prisoner. Powerless, forgotten. How do I know you'll keep your word? You've been deceiving cadets for decades.
You don't. But what choice do you have? Climb further, and you'll join them anyway. Surrender, and they might wake.
A vision appeared before Hiroto, a godlike version of himself crowned in power, ruling over the dungeon, while cadets slept forever below.
This is what I always wanted, to be stronger than anyone, but not like this, not at their expense.
Think carefully, little anchor. Your answer echoes through all the dreamers still sleeping.
He won't surrender. We'll find another way, or die trying.
If I refuse the deal, can we even survive the final floor? Or am I leading Nanami to her doom?
On floor 99, a crystal. Shatter it, and the seal that holds us will break.
There's always a cost. What will it take to break that crystal?
The crystal is the anchor of this dream. Destroying it will sever the power. His stats, his strength, everything. He'll be ordinary again.
All the power I rely on, my escape from being the sleeping failure, gone.
You are more than your stats. You have us now, real friends. That's worth more than any number.
Then I'll do it. I'll climb to floor 99 and break that crystal, even if it means becoming a failure again.
You'd throw away a god's power for ghosts? Foolish child.
They turned their backs on the ancient creature, leaving his taunts behind as they strode toward the ascent. The path was set. The higher they climbed, the more the dungeon twisted. Shadows whispered Hiroto's name, promising power if he'd only keep it.
Why throw away godhood? With those stats, you'll never be weak again. They mocked you. Now you could rule them.
Every battle drains more, but the power is still there, singing in my veins. It's so hard to resist.
A golem of coral and bone erupted from the wall, forcing them back to back. Their blades moved as one, but the strain showed. After the fight, the shadows melted into a scene from Hiroto's past. His younger self, sprawled on the classroom floor, fellow cadets laughing.
If I lose my power, this is all I'll ever be again. The sleeping failure, a joke.
That's not who you are anymore. Look at me. You have friends who believe in you. That won't change.
You are right. Even without stats, I won't be alone. I'll climb with my own strength and yours.
They pushed on, the darkness thickening. Each step took them closer to floor 99, where chains of dream energy pulsed in the distance.
How noble. But the crystal will take everything. No power, no glory, just an ordinary boy sinking back into irrelevance.
At floor 98's threshold, Hiroto's blue aura flickered erratically, stuttering like a candle in a storm.
The dungeon's draining me. My stats are dropping. Each high-level skill I use burns what little I have left.
A lesser kraken surged from a pool, tentacles whipping. Hiroto lunged on instinct, and his superhuman speed failed him.
I can't rely on cheat reflexes anymore. I have to fight with what I learned, not what the dream gave me.
Then we use strategy. You draw its fire, I'll flank. We've trained this. Trust your real skills.
They moved in sync. No dream granted miracles, only drilled footwork and hard-earned timing. Nanami's strike opened the gate. The floor guardian emerged, a towering golem of coral and ancient iron, its eyes burning with the sea god's malice.
No superhuman strength now. I'll have to find gaps, use its weight against it, fight smart.
They chipped away, exploiting every opening. A final desperate lunge. Nanami held its arm while Hiroto drove his blade into the core.
All that time I thought the stats were me. But even stripped down, we adapt. I adapt.
The golden doors pulsed. As Hiroto reached toward them, a cold light washed over his vision, and the dungeon dissolved. He stood in a ruined classroom. Cadets pointed, laughing. His own reflection showed a hollow-eyed failure with no aura.
This is what waits for me if I go forward. Powerless, ridiculed, the sleeping failure forever.
Hiroto, this isn't real. They're lying. You are not alone.
Turn back now, and the power remains. You'll never be laughed at again. All I ask is you leave them sleeping.
It would be so easy. No one would know. I'd be strong, and they'd stay trapped. Number, I won't be the anchor that keeps them chained. I'd rather be weak and free than rule over prisoners.
The classroom shattered. The golem's core, revealed as a psychic trap, cracked and fell silent. The nightmare broke.
I've accepted it. No more hiding behind borrowed strength. The real test is ahead, and I'll face it as myself.
Together, they pushed open the final doors. Beyond lay the cavern of floor 99, where dream chains anchored the sleeping. The cavern stretched endlessly, lit by a sickly glow. At its center, the sea god loomed, a Leviathan in chains, his crown of coral pulsing with stolen dreams.
Nanami, I am grateful. You believed in me when I was nothing. Even without my stats, I'll have something I never had before. A friend.
You've always had strength. I just helped you see it.
Touching. But your friendship won't break the seal. You are here, little anchor, and now you will serve.
Around them, cocooned cadets stirred faintly. Sato's voice echoed from a crystal prison near the sea god's throne.
Hiroto, the anchor crystal is in his crown. Shatter it, and we'll be free. But it will cost you everything.
Yes, shatter it. Your precious stats, your power, it all returns to me. Are you prepared to be nothing again?
Prepared and willing. This power was never mine to begin with.
They stepped forward, blades drawn, toward the monstrous god. The final battle had begun. As they clashed with the thrashing tentacles, the sea god's laughter shattered the silence, its voice ancient and cruel.
Ancient pirates bound me here. Dream energy is the lock. Sleeping minds the key. Your world feeds my prison. But a vessel who gathers stolen power can break the seal. You, Hiroto, are my chosen vessel. Every stat you earned is my lure. Now take my place. Become the anchor, and I'll release the others. Refuse, and they sleep forever. There is no third path.
A choice between my soul and theirs. It's monstrous, but there must be another way. I won't accept it.
Don't listen to him. The seal is built on lies. We can shatter the crystal without becoming anchors.
Shatter it, foolish girl. The anchor binds all dreamers. Only an equal weight of dream energy can break it, and that weight is his life force.
Equal weight. If I return every stat I gained, pour it all into the crystal, it might crack without taking me with it.
His gaze locked on the crystal in the crown. Every battle, every level, every stolen stat pulsed within it.
I won't become your vessel. I'll destroy the anchor with the very power you gave me, even if it means becoming nothing.
Do it now, Hiroto. I'll hold his tentacles back. Give it everything.
Nanami hurled herself between the thrashing limbs, a whirlwind of steel and defiance.
Every strength point, every agility, every drop of borrowed power, I return you now.
His aura blazed brighter than ever, a supernova of stolen dreams, then rushed toward the crown in a single, cascading torrent. He leaped, sword extended, and channeled every stat he'd ever earned into the blade's edge. The crystal cracked. A sharp, clean crack echoed through the cavern. The sea god screamed, a sound that wasn't a howl, but a tearing of reality itself. The anchor shattered. The chains of dream energy snapped, and the cavern began to buckle. The cocoons shimmered, their prisoners stirring as the stolen energy returned to them. But Hiroto's aura vanished. He felt the cold, ordinary weight of his body. No stats, no glow. This was the price. The cocoons cracked like brittle shells, releasing streams of pale light. One by one, the stolen dreamers opened their eyes.
We're free. After all these years.
The sea god's form crumpled inward, its howls swallowed by a vortex of cold sea fog. The ancient seal snapped back like a jaw. The cavern split. Dream energy bled into cracks, and a brilliant portal yawned beneath them, the way back home. Force, like a tide, pulled them upward, the dream world peeling away in ribbons of blue and violet.
Powerless, but awake. Both feet in the real world, and that's a victory in itself.
His door slammed open. Nanami stood there, chest heaving, still in her rumpled uniform, wide awake.
You did it. The others, I saw them stirring in the dream. They're waking up.
I can't feel them anymore. No stats, no dungeon. Just Me.
In the infirmary, distant coughs and murmurs grew. The academy would soon face the miracle and the questions of the returned. They rushed through the corridors, past staring cadets, toward the infirmary wing. Inside, Sato sat upright, blinking. Other forgotten faces stirred on cots, weak but alive.
Hiroto, you shattered the crystal. We're free. I never thought I'd see the sun.
Cadet Hiroto, these students were declared expelled years ago. Explain this.
A sea god trapped them in a dream dungeon. I was almost its next victim. But we broke the seal.
A dream dungeon? Preposterous. But the evidence is undeniable. You risked your life for them.
By afternoon, whispers changed. Cadets who once laughed now watched Hiroto with puzzled respect.
They're calling you the awakened hero. Not bad for a sleeping failure.
I lost my stats, but I have real friends now. Maybe that's the only level up that matters.
He still had much to learn. Navigation, theory, the slow work of ordinary strength. But he was finally awake. Days later, the academy gathered in the main hall, a memorial for the returned. Cadets and instructors stood in quiet rows.
I was trapped in that dream for 3 years. Hiroto shattered the seal. Without him, we'd still be sleeping.
The crowd listened, faces no longer mocking. Even Commander Haruka's stern eyes softened.
Hiroto, we may not fully grasp the dream dungeon, but your sacrifice is real. You have the Academy's respect.
No more whispers of sleeping failure. When Hiroto walked the corridors, cadets nodded instead of sneered.
See? I told you, you are not alone. They finally see the real you.
I am not the strongest cadet, maybe not the bravest, but I am finally present. Every moment.
In class, he no longer slept. He struggled with the same theories he once failed, but his eyes were clear. He had lost a cheat, but gained a crew. For a pirate academy, that was the real treasure. And as the sun set over the academy, Hiroto stood on the roof with his friends, no longer dreaming, truly awake. Sato and the others drifted down to supper, leaving Hiroto and Nanami alone under the painted sky.
You know, I meant what I said. You are stronger now than you ever were with stats.
Empty numbers don't get you through nightmares. Friends do.
They see it now. No one's mocking the sleeping failure. They're looking for the cadet who brought people home.
All those levels, all that power. And it was taking me further from this. From being present.
So no regrets?
Not one.
They stood in silence as the horizon swallowed the sun. No dream needed to feel whole. For the first time, Hiroto wasn't the boy who slept through life. He was the one who woke up, and somewhere deep beneath the sea, chains creaked and held, a god still sealed, dreaming of a strength that never was. In class, Hiroto took notes. The theories still challenged him, but his hand no longer dropped the pen. Cadets who once whispered now greeted him with nods. The sleeping failure was a name that no longer fit. He trained with Nanami. No auto-counter, only drilled forms and shared sweat. Lunch was loud again. Hiroto, Nanami, Sato, and the returned cadets around a cramped table. A full laugh escaped him. The kind that comes when fear is gone. The academy stood under a clean sky, unchanged, but its halls held fewer mysteries. He walked the corridors wide awake, truly present. No trace of the dream dungeon. The crest on the wall seemed brighter. Not a symbol of the past, but of what they had built. Hiroto looked at Nanami, then at the horizon. An ordinary life. His life. No stats, no dungeon, just a young man who chose to wake up. Dawn came quietly. No storm, no dream, just light touching the old stones of the academy. Hiroto opened his eyes and rose. Not from a dungeon, but from a simple, restful sleep. He walked the corridors, each step his own. No borrowed strength, no hidden numbers. At the courtyard, Nanami waited, her amber eyes catching the sun. She nodded, and he nodded back. No more secrets between them, only the open sea ahead. Hiroto paused and looked up at the sky, the same sky that once held a portal. It was just blue now.
Some dreams are worth waking up from.
And the academy lived on, not haunted, but home. Somewhere deep, old chains held, but the sleeping no longer dreamed of power. They dreamed of freedom, and a boy who once failed every class taught an academy what strength really means.